In this video, I'm going to be suggesting to you 5 things that really helped me when my youngest daughter first went off to college and I was suddenly in a house by myself with my husband, of course, but he works a lot and it was a new experience to be alone and not have my daughter and all of her friends meeting me. So there were some things that got me through the difficult time and actually brought my husband and I closer as we were able to spend a lot more time together. So I'm going to be listing these out for you in hopes that they will help you as well. The first thing is take up a hobby. You know, when our children are young, we fill our time with taking care of them. We cook them meals and we act as a taxi cab and we spend all of our time making sure that their needs are met. Well, this is your time. And one of the things that really helped me was getting back into some hobbies or starting some new hobbies. For me, the new hobby was puzzling. I had never built puzzles before and I was curious to know if I could do it and if I would enjoy it. So I filled up a lot of hours, especially during football season, when my husband was watching football, building puzzles, and I found out that I loved it and it was something that kept me focused. You know, I was focused on building the puzzle, so my mind was not wandering and wondering what my daughter was doing and if she was safe and, you know, all of the crazy thoughts that mothers get jumbling around in our heads when our children aren't with us. So filling that space with something else that I could focus on was really important and very helpful. The second thing that I found really helpful was volunteering. And this can look like whatever matters to you, whatever organization or association it is that you feel strongly about, that you can spend your time helping. I encourage you to get out there and volunteer. For me, it was my church. I joined the Connections Committee, and in that way I was able not only to spend my time volunteering for a cause I believed in, but also make a new circle of friends. You know, anytime we give to other people of ourselves, we ourselves stop to feel so bad about ourselves and we're focusing on someone other than ourselves. So our energy is being poured out rather than in, and it makes us a lot healthier as human beings. We begin to focus on things that are positive, like meeting other people's needs versus our own needs. Not only that, but as mothers, we are used to giving to others. We're used to spending our time helping someone else. And so I think that volunteering gives us that natural outlet again. You know, we're looking for somebody to take care of. It's in our nature. So if you're volunteering, whether it's at a food bank or a homeless shelter or a church, you are meeting someone else's needs and therefore actually fulfilling one of your great needs as well. The third idea that I have for you is actually a follow-up to the second idea, and I did reference it there, and that is to create a friend group. I'm sure some of you are blessed enough to have a strong friend group that you have already had, and that is wonderful, and I would encourage you to embrace that and hang out with those people. You know, take the time to reconnect, make a date with them, go out and do something you love while you have this time. Where you're still young enough to really enjoy hanging out with friends and doing fun things, but you're no longer responsible for somebody else's, you know, getting to pick up your child by 3 at the school or pick them up from soccer practice at 6. So reconnecting with those old friends can really bring you joy and peace. There are actually studies that show that people with friend groups live longer. We just, as humans, we crave that interaction, we crave that social connection. If you don't already have a friend group, if you find, like I did, that once your kids were grown, all your other friends were friends that you met, you know, as you in life, passing in life, as your child was going from one thing to another, you were passing them and you had that in common. So you were able to talk to them, but not necessarily those deep level connections that you need, you know, the inner circle that comes around you when something's going on in your life and really builds you up. And so I began searching for that, and volunteering at church actually led me into a connect group, which led me to form those friendships. And so whatever that looks like for you, whatever the causes that you believe in, look to make friends within that same cause. You know that you already share those beliefs with them and those values. So it's a great start for building a healthy friendship. And I would just encourage you to embrace the people in your life that build you up and that make you happy. You really want to have people surrounding you that build up who you are, encourage you to be your best self. My next tip, and probably the one honestly that helped me the most, is spend time in nature. Nature is such a gift, and I'm lucky enough to live in the state of Maine, and we live rurally, so I have a lot of land all around me, and I know that everybody doesn't have that. But I would just encourage you to begin walking and hiking if you can, kayaking, whatever it looks like for you. Get out into nature. There is something so healing about being outside in the quiet, in the peace of the woods, with all the little critters around you. And suddenly all the cares of our busy, crazy world seem farther away and less important. And it's a healing. I began walking with my husband, like seriously walking, after my daughter left, and also hiking on the weekends. And I found such healing as I was out there being physical, which we already know that exercise is so important for our mental health. So you're getting the double benefit of exercising and having that boost to your serotonin, as well as being outside. And there are studies that prove that being out among trees actually lower high blood pressure, lower cholesterol, and help you to be more at peace. So there is like scientific evidence for this. The blue of the sky does something in our brains that creates healthy chemicals. It's just fascinating that we are designed to be in nature. We are a part of nature. And so taking a walk or taking a hike, whatever it is, gardening, I love to garden, spend your time outside, get your hands in the dirt, get your feet wet at the ocean, whatever you can do to get outside, you're gonna find healing in that. You're gonna find comfort. And my last tip for you today is to start self-care. Like I said in the beginning, this is your time. This is your time to take care of yourself, where before you have always taken care of others. You have time now. And this was when I began investing in myself. I joined a gym and I started a skincare routine. I had neglected my skin my whole life. I have a lot of sun damage, that's led to a myriad of issues, including pre-skin cancer that I had to treat. But I had just neglected myself. And so when I began on YouTube. I began finding people on YouTube who taught me how to have healthy skin and a healthy lifestyle, and what I could do to really begin to value my own person and myself and take care of myself better. So I have many blog posts on these topics. If you are interested in beauty and self-care, I would encourage you to go to the link below for my blog and read those articles and watch my videos, and I hope that you will find them immensely beneficial. But take care of yourself. Find ways to do nice things for yourself. Buy yourself some flowers and set them on the counter. Start a skincare routine. Take long bubble baths. Whatever it is, take care of yourself during this time. And the more you show your self-love, the more you're going to focus on being healthy, and the less negative thoughts and negative fears and loneliness will creep in. So those are my 5 tips for you today. I hope that you found them helpful. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please consider subscribing to this channel and checking out the blog below. Thank you so much.